Hello, it's me, and I'm back again with another episode of Kiki. So for those of you who are new, Kiki is a brand new series here on my YouTube channel where I talk about, well, basically anything. Each episode will be split into different segments, some that are brand new and some that repeat throughout the week. Each episode of Kiki will vary in length, of course, with some having more segments than others. It all depends on what's going down that week. Now, this first segment will be a little thing I like to call, Let Me Tell You How. Now, once again, if you're new, Let Me Tell You How is basically my version of what's known on YouTube as Storytimes, where here on Kiki, I'll be telling y'all, quick little stories, something that may have happened throughout the past week, but also look forward to full-on Let Me Tell You How episodes where I give longer, more drawn-out stories. So, subscribe and stay tuned. Now, let's get into Let Me Tell You How. So even though on paper, technically I'm a film major, for some reason my school, the University of Arts, they have me taking like regular artsy type classes. Like I'm in like drawing and like sculpture and stuff like that. So in my drawing class, I don't remember what I was reaching for, but I went in my book bag to get my eraser, I think it was, and I cut myself. Now, I don't know if y'all know what X-Acto blades are, but they're like this really little blades that artists use to cut things or whatever, really straight edges. And I don't know why, but I keep my X-Acto blade in my book bag, and sometimes the cap comes off. So when I went in my book bag to reach for my eraser, it went right into my finger, and I got this big ass cut in my finger. Now, on the inside, I wanted to freaking die. When I split my finger open and I saw it, I was like, ah! But I didn't want to disturb the class. I didn't want to draw no attention to myself. So I was like, and this guy was staring at me. He's like, what's wrong? I was like, nothing. I just stabbed myself. It's okay. So then I ran and went to the bathroom and kind of doctored it myself or whatever. And I just went throughout the rest of the class with a paper towel. And then my teacher, she finally asked what happened. And I was like, oh yeah, I cut myself. It's nothing. I'll just die. And she's like, well, I have Band-Aids. And I'm like, great, give me one. And so yeah, so that's why you'll see this nasty ass Band-Aid on my finger throughout the rest of the video. But I tried to take it off yesterday, but then my finger started hurting. So I was like, I'm gonna put it back on. Now let's get into the more exciting segment of the show. Little thing I like to call Fresh Brew. Hold on, wait, where's my cup? Where's my cup? Hey, how y'all doing? Okay. So of course with celebrity gossip, it just keeps on coming. And of course, as I'm sitting here, editing this video, whatever, more and more stuff just starts popping up. So you'll be seeing me popping in and out at times, just to add in these little things that, that are new, little Kiki updates, or maybe some things that I might have missed. So yeah, yeah. Now let's get into the more exciting segment of the episode, a little thing I like to call Fresh Brew. Bring you the hottest pop culture tea flavored with celebrity gossip and pop culture news. Now, this episode is going to be all about babies, because it seems like there's been a lot of celebrity baby news going on. But we're going to start with Mr. Logan Paul, who's damn near a big-ass child, whatever. We all know about Logan Paul, okay? I don't even need to get into the history. But more recently, I don't know why, but he decided to strap a tent onto the top of a school bus and then drive around Yosemite Park. What the fuck? I swear. Logan, get it together, okay? Get it together. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that. Now let's get into the actual babies, starting with Kylie Jenner's baby, Stormi. Now, apparently Tyga went on a little Twitter rant, whatever, claiming that he may or may not be the father of Kylie Jenner's new baby. Kylie said to Tyga, okay, I'm gonna take this paternity test and prove whether or not you are the father, but in order for me to do this, you have to leave us alone and stop talking about my baby. And Tyga was like, all right, fine. So that's what Kylie did. She took the paternity test. Stormi is not Tyga's baby. He is not the father. And that was that. But then Tyga went and put out another statement, and now the Kardashians are mad as hell at Tyga because he just couldn't keep his mouth shut. But at least he's not the father. We know, there's no drama. I mean, it would have been nice if there was a little drama. But there's no drama, whatever. Now, speaking of the Kardashians and the Jenners, another name that is associated with that family is Miss Blac Chyna. Blac Chyna decided to take her baby Dream out to the amusement park, you know, have a little fun. But then somebody caught her fighting another guest using Dream's little stroller. Well, not really stroller, you know, like those toy cars that you like push the baby around in. Using that as a weapon. She tried to beat some bitch ass with a toy car. Blac Chyna, really? How? Okay, I don't know what happened, but she must have been on a whole nother level of mad to really like take her baby out the thing and try to use the freaking toy to like fight somebody. Like that's just ghetto. So regarding the whole, Blac Chyna with her baby and the whole amusement park thing. So Rob Kardashian actually wants to change their custody agreement because he feels as though their baby Dream is no longer safe around Blac Chyna. And Blac Chyna is like, bitch, I'm gonna do whatever legal means necessary to keep, her custody. Which all power to her. But Blac Chyna, she has a little bit of a checkered history. So I'm pretty sure that the judge will take all of that into consideration when he makes his ruling. So, whatever, it's the Kardashians. Keeping on with the Kardashian trend, we have Miss Khloe Kardashian and her baby daddy getting caught cheating. Y'all, why is everybody catching these Kardashians and their little associates out in these predicaments? They really need to get it together. Khloe Kardashian's baby daddy Tristan Thompson was out spotted in some club, canoodling and kissing up on some other chick that was clearly not Khloe because Khloe's pregnant. So once this starts surfacing, everybody's buzzing. Everybody's like, where is Khloe? Da 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 da. And apparently she's upset about it, but she doesn't plan on leaving her baby daddy no time soon. And apparently, this Tristan guy, he has a history of getting girls pregnant and then leaving them and cheating on them. Like Khloe was the mistress of some other chick that Tristan got pregnant and left her for to get with Khloe. So, girl, you should have seen it coming. You should have seen this coming. Khloe Kardashian, she went into labor, she had a little baby girl, but her and Tristan are still together despite all of the cheating scandals or whatever. But, all power to him, I guess. I mean, he's been spotted cheating on her with not one, but multiple women. So she wants to deal with that along with the baby. All power to her. Whatever. Choices. We're gonna step away from the Kardashians, okay? And we're gonna go to Cardi B. On the last episode, I covered how Cardi B, she revealed her pregnancy on SNL. Kudos to Cardi. Now, of course, with all of the excitement, people were congratulating her on Instagram and Twitter, Rihanna, all types of celebrities. And one of those people included her sister. In her sister's congratulatory post on Instagram, she accidentally put the baby's gender in the post. Her sister did spill the tea. Now everybody is speculating that Cardi's baby is a girl. Now everybody saw it. It clearly said her, but then she edited the post and made it say the baby or something like that. But it's the internet and it's Cardi B. You couldn't have changed that no quicker. Once you put it out there, it's out there. So congrats on your new baby girl, Cardi. I feel like we can't talk about babies without including little Miss Blue Ivy. I don't know if you can really consider her a baby anymore, more toddler than baby. But apparently this little girl, she got her own little personal stylist and assistant and all this extraness, who's apparently one of Beyonce's ex-stylists or whatever. But now she has her own little handy person. This girl is spoiled. She's gonna be a nightmare when she gets older. Oh my God, imagine when she starts dating. Imagine all the hell she gonna put these niggas through. Oh Lord, child. Nicki Minaj posted the cover art to two of her singles on Instagram, Barbie Tings and Chun-Li. Nicki Minaj did an interview on Thursday, to promote her two new singles, Barbie Tings and Chun-Li, which she said in the interview might not be on the album. So I guess it's just promotional singles, I guess. But within that interview, she addressed the whole, her and Cardi beef. Well, the beef that everybody else puts on them two, because according to Nicki, there is no beef between the two. She said the reason why her, like, the whole motorsport thing, like, if y'all watched the video, you might have noticed that Nicki and Cardi were never in the same scenes, is because of scheduling issue with the hairdresser. The hairdresser just couldn't be there, so she couldn't shoot the same day as Cardi, and that was that. But no one ever really talked about it, and they kind of painted Nicki out to be the bad guy, and she was really, like, hurt and upset about that. She said that she really supports Cardi and everything she does, but, you know, they paint her out to be the bad guy, and she's really hurt by it. So, they should really stop doing that. Speaking of music and singles and all that type such, we're going to get into the next segment, Bops of the Week. On Bops of the Week, this is the segment where I give y'all all of my top favorite songs and albums of the week, along with my most anticipated upcoming releases. New releases that I was looking forward to that are now out include Nicki Minaj's 2 singles, Barbie Teens and Chun-Li. We also have Miss Tinashe with her new album, Joyride. Now, it is Saturday, the day I'm filming this, so all of my Bops of the Week have been released. I'm coming at you guys with my final Bops of the Week list. So, I'm just gonna do this real quick fire. From 10 to 1. Can't Rock With You from Empire. It Wasn't Me from Star. Tinashe's album, Joyride. You know, my top six songs from the album being No Contest, Ooh La La, Stuck With Me, Faded Love, Me So Bad, and No Drama. At number 7 for the whole list, Spotlight from Star. At number 6, I have Black Panther by Lady Lusher. At number 5, I have Lifetime featuring Quavo from Star. At number 4, I have Unforgettable from Empire. At number 3, I have Fitness by Lizzo. And then at number 2 and 1, I have Chun-Li and Barbie Teens by Nicki Minaj. Yes, both bops. The final Bops of the Week playlist is now available to listen on Apple Music and Spotify using the links below. Alright, now as y'all can see, behind me are 2 very familiar guests because they were on the last episode. Sorry I couldn't get new guests. Oh well, sorry, not sorry. Deal with it. Anyway, so now we're going to get into this next segment, a new segment, different from last week, that I like to call Scream Queen. Ooh, yes. Grab your popcorn, because it is showtime with the Scream Queen. Scream Queen is a new segment here on Kiki, all about the big screen. Here I'll be talking about various movies, TV shows, upcoming releases, giving you reviews, predictions, all that type stuff. This episode will be all about... This episode version of the segment. Today's segment, there we go. Today's segment will be all about villains. Ooh, yes. I love horror movies. That's literally my favorite genre. So, this last weekend, I went to go see that new movie, A Quiet Place. It was good, you know, for the most part. It was very quiet. The whole movie, there was little to no dialogue. So, pretty much, it was kind of like you were like sitting there waiting for something to happen, but a lot of the times things didn't happen because, you know, they were being quiet so that things would not happen. But when things did start happening and shit did start going down, it was good. So, watch it if you have the patience for plot development, basically. Getting into the TV shows, one of my favorite TV shows just ended. Well, this cycle just ended, America's Next Top Model. Now, for anyone who's seen Top Model, there's always like that girl in the house who's painted as quote-unquote the villain. And I felt like this cycle's villain, they tried to make it out to be Gina. Now, in the beginning of the cycle, Gina was very sweet. You know, she was very innocent and like nice, but then bitches start like they start walking all over her. Like they really got to her. And low key, like Rio should have won, but Kyla ended up winning. And I felt like I saw that coming once they started editing Gina the way that they did. Gina wasn't a bitch, but they made her into a bitch. You know, after a certain like
she was kind of a bitch.
No, that's because you didn't watch it from the beginning. You didn't see it from the beginning.
Okay.
In the beginning, she was the nice girl, but everybody was like, they was hating on her because she was good. They were really hating on her because she was good. They were like, oh, you're not shit, da-da-da. Like, they were isolating her and everything. That's why she kind of stuck with Rio. And then once Rio left, it's like, all right, well, now I'm stuck with these bitches that don't like me anyway, so why not be a bitch, you know? Like, it was like that kind of thing. Like, I related. So, call me a bitch. Moving on to the main topic of this segment, one of my most anticipated upcoming movies is Incredibles 2. Now, doing a little research and digging online, recently the main villain of Incredibles 2 may or may not have been released, and it's been right in front of our faces the whole time. So like I said, the villain has been in front of our faces the whole time, and that person is Mr. Winston Dever. Disney released Winston along with the other characters. Why you look so confused?
I don't think I saw the trailer. I thought about that.
You never seen the trailer?
No.
Wow.
Is that the guy at the desk?
Yeah,
like,
it's the business guy. Yeah, well, since you don't know who he is, let me explain who Winston is.
Thank you.
So, Winston Dever is basically this business tycoon who comes to the Incredibles, to the Parr family, and basically wants to bring them back into the spotlight, because apparently in this movie, supers are illegal. So he wants to use Elastigirl as kind of like the token, like key person to kind of show that supers are not bad, you know. But when Disney released the characters before the actual trailer, we were introduced to Winston and his sister, Evelyn Dever. Winston is the main villain, and here's why. One, his sister alone kind of gives it away. Her name, Evelyn Dever.
Yeah.
Do you hear it?
Yeah.
Evelyn Dever.
No.
Yeah, evil endeavor.
I thought you were gonna say that, but I was like, no, let them say it.
Yeah, it's like evil endeavor. Boom, right there. That automatically foreshadows that something's not right in this Dever family. So there's also an Incredibles 2 Lego game coming out, which means there's also some Incredibles 2 Lego toys coming out. And in the toy line, we are introduced to some more of the villains that we are apparently going to be seeing in the movie, along with the Underminer, who we already know from the last movie. Amongst those villains is a villain known as Screenslaver. The Screenslaver, he kind of wears like this like mask and goggles, so you can't really see his face at all. But with the Lego toy, when you lift up the mask, you can see his face clear as day. And when you look at the face, you can clearly tell it's Winston. Like, it's very obvious. When you compare the face to the concept art, it's clearly the same person. So, Disney, y'all kind of fucked up on that one. It's very clear. Y'all shouldn't have put a face on there at all. You should have made the mask removable. Unless they wanted people to see it. Then...
Or they could have just made multiple multiple like commercial ads, and like once like one person like whatever doesn't remove the mask, and then the second trailer is revealing the guy after the movie comes out.
See, speaking of the ads and posters and stuff, that was another thing. So in the promotional poster, we see the Underminer. But like I said, in the Lego set, there's plenty of other villains introduced within the Lego set. But the only new villain that is in the promotional poster is Screenslaver. So it's like, why would they put him in there if he wasn't important?
To connect it, I guess. You're talking about Underminer, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, they put Underminer in it because, of course, we know him from the first film.
Yeah,
but the only one of the new villains that they put in there was Screenslaver. So it's like, I feel like they wouldn't have did that if that wasn't important. So, Disney and Pixar just released another Incredibles 2 trailer, and guess who was shown at the end of the trailer? Mr. Screenslaver himself. They ain't confirmed that he's the main villain, but he's finally been shown in trailers, so... guess I was right. Those are all of the reasons that I believe that Winston Dever is the main villain, and he goes by, Screenslaver in the movies. Incredibles 2 releases June 15th this summer. Best believe I will be going to go see that. Even if I gotta knock a couple 10-year-olds out the way to see it, I'm going to see that movie. Now, speaking of Disney and Pixar, we're gonna end this segment with my top 10 Disney and Pixar villains. Yes. Starting from number 10, I have Randall Boggs from Monsters, Inc. Now, I feel like Randall was one of the few monsters in Monsters, Inc. that was actually scary.
Yeah.
What?
I was asking if he was the
lizard
camouflage.
Yeah, Randall is that the camouflagey purple lizard.
Yeah.
Like, because if you
scary.
Exactly, he was actually scary. Like, the whole movie was called Monsters Inc. and they only had one scary monster. But it fit because he was the villain. So it was like, all right, because think about it. Like, after watching that movie, because he could camouflage, so it was like he could easily have been in your room.
Yeah,
he was. Yes. So at number 9, I have Mother Gothel from Tangled. Mother Gothel, she seemed like, she wanted to be like a good mother or whatever. But, we were introduced to her freaking stealing the baby. Yeah. So we knew she wasn't a good person.
Right.
But, She tried to be a good mom.
She only tried
She
because
tried
she wanted the
because
power.
she was stealing the life
Yeah,
from her hair.
literally.
Like, that's not...
Exactly. So the fact that she would go through all that for some weave.
If it restores your life, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. At number 8.
Sorry, continue.
That face. You said this?
At number 8, I have Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. Maleficent
or Maleficent?
Maleficent.
I think it's Maleficent.
It's Maleficent.
Potato, let's go.
Anyways, Maleficent was literally the only reason to watch that movie. Let's be honest, because what little girl watches a Disney princess movie where she asleep the whole time? No one. But what's his face? Maleficent was literally the only reason to watch that movie, and let's admit it, she was a bad bitch. Like especially when Angelina Jolie like did her.
When I saw, oh my god, I saw
Yes.
that and I was like,
Exactly.
It was
Maleficent
so
is and always will be that bitch. Moving on from the ladies, at number 7, I have Hades from Hercules.
Yes.
Now,
I just like how like
love
funny he is. He
Exactly,
gets so pissed off, and
exactly.
it's like so funny. It works.
Everybody loves a comedic villain.
Mhm.
You know,
He's funny, but he can still bring something too.
Exactly.
You know, he's like, I will cause you hell.
Literally. Like I feel like Hercules himself, he was such a vanilla blase character. Like I only liked Hades and Meg. So at number 6, I have Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog.
Sorry.
Like
Yo, my
yes.
face right now when you said that was like.
First reason, he's black.
He
He's black.
was so scary though.
He
Like,
was.
I love him.
He
He
was
was
legit
so
scary.
But his song and when they went into like his little like
Mhm.
voodoo
The
place,
little
I was like,
underworld.
when you look into the detail of the scenes
Yes.
that he was in, they
Yes.
put so much detail.
I'm not
into
gonna
the
lie to
scene.
you. My friend was like so not in love with him, but like really invested into like his character one time that she like I don't know why I went back and looked it up and like there's so many references to how like the way he was gonna help the prince was literally talking about him turning into a frog. Like if you look back, he'd be
Oh,
like,
the way
"Oh, your future looks green, frog." And it's like you're gonna hop from place to place. You don't want to be hitched around. Hop, frog. Like it's really clever and it's really great. It's so dope.
I
was
gotta
like,
go rewatch the movie now.
No,
just his part. Just his part.
Right.
You're like,
At number 5, I have Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove.
Mhm.
Now, I feel like
Remember that
Yzma is such
Stop.
an
Was that
underrated
Eartha
villain.
Kitt? Eartha Kitt. Oh, Eartha Kitt.
Well,
Sorry.
Yzma was the only good thing about that movie. I mean, it was funny. It was funny.
Eartha Kitt.
But like I said, everybody.
It's the actress, the voice actress.
I was like, who?
You don't know who Eartha Kitt is?
See,
You just give me way more to cut.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. It's so hard.
Leave the Eartha
talking
Kitt part
to
in
the
there.
camera and like.
Leave Eartha Kitt. Because Eartha Kitt is.
I forgot what I was gonna say about Yzma.
Blooper.
Number 4, I have Ursula from The Little Mermaid. Now, for people who don't know, Ursula was actually based off of a drag queen. What
Oh.
was her? What was?
Her name was like Destiny, right?
No, it was not Destiny.
I'm pretty sure it was Destiny.
Divine. That was her
Oh.
name, not Destiny. Divine.
It was something like that. It was something
What was the
like
daughter's
that.
name in the second movie?
I didn't even watch the second movie.
I don't know who watched the second one.
Me. My mom
Anyway,
fucking got it for
I
me
mean,
in Spanish.
I watched all 3 Cinderellas.
You
Do
did?
you know Spanish?
I barely.
Oh.
Which is sad, but.
It wasn't worth it watching all 3 of those.
anyway.
Okay.
So for those who don't know, Ursula was actually based off of a drag queen named Divine. So LGBT representation, somewhat subtly. Ursula, she was big, she was vivacious, she was a curvy woman. She would flaunt her tentacles like no one's business. She had her 2 little eel henchmen or whatever.
Yeah.
Ursula was a bad bitch, low key. At number 3, we have someone who's she was a bitch, not a bad bitch, but she was a bitch. We have Cruella de Vil.
Oh, wait, stop. I love Cruella.
Anyone who's willing to kill a bunch of puppies for some
Okay,
fur.
never
Fuck
mind.
her. Yeah, no, when I
Never
realized
mind.
that was her
Yes.
voice.
She was fashionable.
I still like her. Sorry.
I feel like Cruella was like the evil version of Edna
never-
Mode from Incredibles. My iPad's dying. Okay. At number 2, I have Shigo from the Kim Possible
Yes.
series.
Shigo.
Did you not watch Kim
Did you
Possible?
watch
No, I have, but I'm trying to remember. I don't
Green.
know
The
the
green
name.
chick. The
With
black
green
hair?
Yes, the green with the
Yes.
black hair. Oh my god.
Now, y'all.
Woo!
God.
Woo!
Yo, I don't go off with names. Like, you guys will be saying names, and I'm like, who? And then you're like, oh, da 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 da. Okay.
Oh my god. Anyway, Shigo, like, I liked Shigo more than Kim, like, to be honest. Like, Shigo, she kicked ass. Even though she was the sidekick, she ain't take no shit from, what was the main guy's name?
I don't
even remember his name. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Shigo was running
the
shit.
show.
Exactly.
He thought he ran it, but he didn't, so.
Finally, my number one is Scar from The Lion King. Scar was such a diva. I swear. Scar was such a queen. You cannot tell me Scar was not a queen.
I mean,
he went through all that to kill his brother, and then he should have just killed Simba. If I was Scar, I'd have killed Simba low ass. Scar had he had the black fur, he had the green eye, Scar, he was the most visually interesting lion out of the whole movie because everybody else looked the same.
well, because they do that because they're like, oh, he's evil. Here's why.
Right, exactly. Well, that concludes my top 10. In my honorable mentions, I have Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep.
I have the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Or it might be the Red Queen. I don't know. Whichever one was in the movie.
I think both.
Because it's two different queens. I just watched the whole video on that this morning. They're two different.
Hearts is the Red Queen.
No, they're two different people. They're two different queens. Yes.
Where and what? Like movies and like the actual.
No, like the characters themselves are two different characters. There's the Queen of Hearts, and then there's the Red Queen. Just like how there's like the White Queen, they're different people. Because the Queen of Hearts isn't the White Queen's sister. That's the Red Queen. That's a whole other thing. But Lotso Huggin' Bear from Toy Story. The pink bear. Oh my god.
Screw you.
The one that looks like strawberry.
Yeah. And then Otto from WALL-E. Otto, like the autopilot. Okay, just in case y'all didn't know who that was either. That concludes Scream Queen. Now, not only am I a music and movie junkie, but I am also a low-key gamer. So now it's time to grab your controllers because it's gamer time with a Y. So this is the segment where I simply talk about games that I play and upcoming releases that I'm also excited for. Also with a little, fan speculation, reviews, stuff of that sort. Basically like Scream Queen, but just with games. Today's episode is going to be all about Smash for the Switch. First topic is whether or not Smash for the Switch is a port or a whole new game. Now, before I get into my thing, Monica, what do you think?
It's definitely not a port. I don't think it would be a port. Why do you think it would be that?
But why do you think first?
I just don't. I feel like Nintendo is having a trend with Super Smash now, where it's like they're sort of doing like the iPhone shit, where every year they're having something new, which I don't like. But or I'm saying they have something new for each system. And
right.
I still don't think they need that, or if it's necessary. If there's something I'm looking for though, I want a story, like a story mode.
Same.
Because
I
love
Subspace Emissary
I
from
love
Brawl.
that. Yeah, and some people are like, oh, that was shit. And I'm like, listen,
No,
it wasn't.
that's my favorite part.
Like, listen, it wasn't the best because some people wanted like a legitimate storyline. I'm like, listen, what they gave us was great. Like, I liked it. I liked the concept and the whole thing.
Right.
Just give me that. Like, have my favorite characters interacting and call it a day. Like, that's it.
I was a little upset there wasn't like dialogue. There was no talking. It was just like
because they don't naturally talk though.
Right.
Except for like what? I mean, you think Link is gonna talk?
Link is a silent protagonist. He never talks anyway.
You think Samus is gonna talk?
Speaking of Link,
she does though.
Go that way. Speaking of Link. So Link is actually my main reason for thinking that Smash for the Switch is going to be a whole new game. Because if you pay attention,
this bitch.
I actually need to get my phone.
if you pay attention to the trailer, now of course they showed the Inklings, but then they also showed Mario, Link, and then silhouettes of some of the other characters. Now. Yeah, like if you pay attention to Mario and Link's silhouette, Link's more specifically, you'll notice that it's not the Link from Smash 4. It's actually the Link from Breath of the Wild. So one thing, like you said, like they have released a new Smash game for all of the Nintendo systems, and Smash 4 came out in 2014. That was 4 years ago. So yeah. Like they've been releasing DLC and stuff, but it came out 4 years ago, okay? So it's about time for a new Smash. And if you pay attention to Link in all of the Smash games, his appearance is updated based on whatever Legend of Zelda game was on that system. So considering the fact that Link has a whole new design from this new generation like Legend of Zelda game, I'm pretty sure Smash for the Switch is going to be a whole new game. And with that being said, plus they released new characters, the Inklings. They didn't say DLC. Like it could be DLC.
That'd be annoying.
Or that would be hella annoying. Or they could do what they did with Mario 8 Deluxe and just include some more characters in there. But that's who wants that?
No.
But I feel like if they were going to do that, then they wouldn't have taken the extra mile and redid Link's whole design. So now that discussion is out of the way, now we're going to do a little fan speculation and stuff. So now we're going to get into my like wish list for who I want in Smash for the Switch, assuming that it's a brand new game.
Right.
Who I want to see. Starting from, is this top 20? I have like a top. See, I have like a top 20, but some of them I put that they could be alternate costumes instead of their own character.
You mean like Daisy?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I didn't even fill out a whole top 20. I stopped at 16.
So top 16.
Right. I'll just say my top picks. No top 20, just my top picks. So starting with like least wanted, I guess, number 16. King Roll from the Donkey Kong series. Cause like every time I like watch other videos about like who people want and stuff, like at first I didn't really consider King K. Rool, but when you think about the Donkey Kong representation in Smash, there isn't a lot. It's literally just Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. So I feel like they're overdue for some new Donkey Kong representation. But I want King K. Rool, but then I also want to see Dixie or Funky, or both, you know, Dixie and Funky. But if they don't make them their own characters, then I feel like Donkey Kong should have a Funky Kong skin, and Diddy should have a Dixie Kong skin. Even though I feel like Dixie deserves her own moveset, because she's like different. Like, you know, she has like her ponytail and all that type of stuff. Like, they deserve to be their own characters. But, you know, Nintendo, they like to take the cheaper route. So, at least make them alternate skins for Donkey and Diddy. Next, I have Toad and Toadette. Now, poor Toad, he was reduced to being stuffed under Peach's dress for like ever. I feel like it's kind of unlikely. Like Toad isn't even. He's not even an assist trophy. Like I feel like the ones who could have.
No, he is. I think he is.
No,
I think
he's
him and
not.
Toad.
Toad is not an assist trophy. No, he's not. Toad, he might be a regular trophy, but he's not an assist trophy.
Oh, an assist. I'm sorry.
Yeah, assist trophy.
I'm sorry. No, you're right. I think he's a trophy though.
Right, he's definitely a trophy. He's Mario staple. But yeah, Toad, he's been hiding under Peach's dress for the past how many games? It's about time he came up from under that and started fighting on his own.
So he has his own game. So like.
Right, but see that Toad's game is not Toad. It's Captain Toad. And the one thing about Captain Toad is that he can't jump because his book bag is so heavy. And you know, Smash, like, you need to be able to jump. And Sakurai, he likes to be very true to the characters. So I feel like he wouldn't put in Captain Toad simply because Captain Toad's whole thing is that he can't jump. That's like the main part of his game, is that you can't jump around all over the place. It's not Mario, it's more puzzle. So if they were to put in Toad, it would be like the Toad from like Super Mario World or something like that. So then I also have Wolf from Star Fox. I was so mad. I was so mad when they took out Wolf.
Yeah.
He was in Brawl. He was in Brawl, and they took him out for Wii U and 3DS, which I don't see why. He was like, because I feel like.
Similar movesets, I think, to,
but Falco is more similar to Fox than Wolf was. Like Wolf, he actually like scratched and stuff like that, and like.
Right.
Falco, like he didn't do that whole kick shit that Fox and Falco do. Like they're damn near the same. If they were gonna take out anybody, they should have took out Falco, not Wolf.
A lot of people like Falco.
That's why he's still in it, and that's not fair. It's not fair that Wolf came in for one game and then now he's out. That's not fair. So at number 13. So speaking of Pokemon, I have Cyndaquil from Pokemon. It might seem totally random, but I used to have like this Pokemon toy or whatever, and like you could like collect Pokemon and put them on top of the Pokeball, and Ash would be like, Cyndaquil, I choose you, and it made like sound effects and stuff. I don't know, Cyndaquil is like the only Pokemon I really know like that besides Pikachu, so I was like, I'm gonna add him to the list. But he's a fire type, you know. It's about time they gave Charizard a break. Next I have another Pokemon, Machamp. Now, Monchop, I forget what his type is. He's like fighter type, if that's a type. I don't know. But you know, Brawl. Smash Bros is a fighting game, so why not have a fighting type Pokemon in the fray? Like, duh, it just kind of makes sense. All right, so next up I have Waluigi. Waluigi, I have him on this list. Simply because I want to see what his moveset would be like. Because if you think about it, Waluigi has only been featured in like the spin-off Mario games. He's never been in one of the main titles. I mean, he hasn't had his own title. I feel like his moveset would be based entirely off of all of the Mario spin-offs. He debuted in Mario Tennis. So I feel like he'd have like his little tennis racket. He might have like a golf club or something. Like they gave Peach that stuff. But I feel like if they added Waluigi, that would be like the main part of his moveset, you know? Next on my list, I have Tetra from the Legend of Zelda series.
Yeah.
Tetra. Now,
Very
I know...
interesting.
Exactly. So, in my argument is, if they can add Toon Link in there, why can't they add Tetra?
Right.
But yeah, if they can have Toon Link, then why can't they have Tetra for Zelda? Like,
what would she bring? She's a pirate, but still, what would she bring?
right. They can base her whole moveset off of that. Like, they can give her... Like
she's never really been in the spotlight for like Legend of Zelda games.
Mm-hmm.
Only once, and then they're like, oh wait, you're actually Zelda, and so they change her over, and like, you know, she's always been kidnapped.
Well, then maybe they can make her like an alt skin for Toon Link. Maybe.
Still put her in somehow.
Yeah.
I see. I could see
The representation, that's what counts. So next up, I have a third-party character from Sony, Spyro the Dragon. Because, like, they had Cloud in the last game, so they're obviously taking consideration to, like, more third-party people, so why not?
Again, they'll be like, what characters do you
Exactly, and I feel like Spyro, he fits the atmosphere of Smash a little more. Like, I feel like Cloud and Bayonetta, they were kind of like outliers, but I'm not complaining about Bayonetta, that's my bitch.
I beg to differ for Cloud, because he's from a, oh wait, no, never mind, you might be right with that. I'm trying to find like a reason.
And then Cloud is another sword character. How many sword characters we got in Smash already?
Link.
Thanks to Fire Emblem.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we didn't need another one.
I was like, one, yeah,
We did not need another one. So, Spyro. Right. Replace Charizard with Spyro. Next up, I have Shantae from the Shantae series. Do you know who Shantae is? She's one of those. She's like an indie character. She's like
Really?
Yeah, she's. I don't really know how to describe her game because I never played it all the way
If
through.
you say indie, I'll probably look it up later because I love indie games. So.
Yeah, Shantae. She's like this little like magical genie type character. So I feel like they could really play with like, you know, her magic spells, her hair. Like her hair has like this like whole book type thing.
Like Bayonetta almost, though.
But Bayonetta is more like sexy, whereas Shantae is more sassy.
I would love to see more indie characters, honestly. I think it'd be very interesting. It's just that probably Nintendo has a hard time with like copyright issues.
Right.
So.
But Shantae has multiple games on multiple Nintendo consoles. So yeah, it's like they have a good relationship with the developers. So I don't think it would be that much of a problem. But next up is an actual Nintendo character. I have Ashley from the WarioWare series. Yes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there aren't really a lot of magic type characters in Smash Bros. You have Zelda, you have Ganondorf.
But they don't even really use magic.
Exactly, they
except
don't.
for Zelda.
And then, like, they have Wario, but he's representing the WarioWare series. Not necessarily Mario. He's representing WarioWare. Oh yeah, they have Robin.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, Wario is in the game representing the WarioWare series, not Mario. So I feel like they should have another WarioWare character in the game. On to the next character, I have the Rabbids from Ubisoft. Do you know who the Rabbids are? First of all.
Oh, the little crazy bunny.
Yeah, the little bunny. Yes.
Interesting.
I feel like they would be such interesting characters.
I think it could work too.
Right, if they can make the Duck Hunt dog work, then why can't they make the Rabbids work?
Also because Mario and them have a game. So
exactly. So there's a possibility that could happen.
That'd be really crazy.
And then, like, since they have a game together, does that even make them a third-party character?
Maybe now, no.
Next up on my list, I have Crystal from Star Fox. More specifically, Star Fox Assault.
The girl,
the like fox looking like blue chick. Wolf had a different fighting style from Fox and Falco. Wolf was more hands, whereas the Fox and Falco were more legs. And I feel as though there needs to be more Star Fox representation. Plus, that's another female character into the mix. You know, girl power. Next up, I have Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog because it's highly unlikely. So next I have Sora from Kingdom Hearts, another third-party character. Because they brought in Cloud, and like since they brought Cloud in, I'm like, all right, if you're gonna bring in another third-party Sora character, it should be Sora.
And if we're talking games, I'm still waiting for that Kingdom Hearts 3.
And Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out, so cross promotion right there. They brought in Cloud because of the new Final Fantasy, so why can't they bring in Sora for Kingdom Hearts 3? Number 2, I have Rayman. I feel as though Rayman would be a better character than the rabbits, to be honest. Put Rayman in Smash. I'm tired. And last but not least, from Sony, another third-party character, but I have Crash Bandicoot. So back in the day, back in the 80s, when they had the whole Mario vs. Sonic war, they put Sonic in there, and then in the 90s, Crash Bandicoot came into the picture and shut Mario and Sonic down. So, and then like, they also have Pac-Man too. So I'm like, they should put Crash in there. Crash is the Sony mascot. So if you're gonna have the mascots from other companies, from Sega and Namco, why not have Crash to represent Sony? I think Crash has about 16 games all on Nintendo consoles. So he's very in there. They just need to put him in there. And Crash Insane Trilogy is coming to Switch. So cross promotion. Now I'm moving into like my little alternate costume Johns. If they weren't their own characters, I think Miss Pac-Man should be the alternate skin for Pac-Man, because like, you know, it's just a bow and some heels. It's not that hard. Like, it's really not that hard to do. Just do it. Daisy for Peach, if they don't make Daisy her own character.
They technically have a skin for her already though.
But it's not Daisy, it's Peach with Daisy colors.
But that's so you're expecting powers if you switch over the costume.
No, because they did it with, like, I'm saying, like, with the Bowser Jr. treatment. Because like how the Kooplings are all the same, but they're totally different characters. Right. Like, they could do that with Peach and Daisy. Like, they could just switch it, just make it Peach and Daisy. But then I also have Waddle Dee for Kirby. I feel like Waddle Dee deserves to be his own character because, you know, more Kirby representation. Get rid of King Dedede. Yeah, like, because Waddle Dee has his staff. Like, it's new gameplay. It's like he could be like a sword character, but with a staff instead of a sword. Like, you know, variety. But if not his own character, then just make him a skin for Kirby and boom, call it a day. So that concludes this segment of Gamer Time with Monica. Now we're moving on to the final segment of this episode, what I simply call What's Next. If you watched the last episode, then you know that What's Next is basically just a whole segment for self-promotion. As mentioned before, my mixtape Coronation is coming soon. I don't want to say when because, you know, I don't like to make promises I can't keep. But it's coming. It's definitely in the works. Coronation, it's basically, it's me in music form. Coronation gives multiple different parts of my personality all in one mixtape. It's very party-esque, you know, bad bitch-esque, sexy, you know, it's very but you know, like, my mom is always concerned. She's like, stop making all these sexual songs. It has non-sexual songs too. Okay, like, it's a little bit of everything. It's like all the kinds of music that I like to listen to, but my version of it. So there's some hip hop, trap, pop, house, a little bit of Vogue, a little bit of everything. My special guest here, Miss Stephanie Kira. She is a magnificent artist and designer, and her website is now live. So if you'd like to get a custom Kira design, just go to What is it? What is her website name? If you'd like to get a custom Kira design, just go to skiralikthesun.wixsite.com/likethesun. No, it's really long. But yeah, check out her Instagram at like.the.sun.art.
Just look up Like the Sun, it'll show up. Like, you don't need to add the extra. I only did that because that username was taken. Like,
all the links will be in the description below for your ease of access. But just go check her out. And what do you have on?
And you can follow me on Instagram at monh243. Thank you.
she's a dancer. She dances.
Yeah, she's an amazing dancer. Look at that flexibility. Yeah, that concludes this episode of Kiki with Quing Z.
Kira's Kiki.
No.
Kira.
Kiki